So one of the best ways to get those massive forearms, a strong old man strength, that strong old man grip, is to actually warm up your forearms nice and properly. Make sure you're working on that supination while you have a little bit of elbow flexion. That's gonna help wake up that brachioradialis and that brachialis. So we're gonna give you 6 more tips on how to get that iron claw grip that all those old men have so you can keep growing those forearms. And we're gonna start right now. What's up everybody, it's Dane Miller from GarageStrength.com. And if this is your first time to the channel and you're interested in getting a massive forearm pump, make sure that you like, you subscribe, and you ring that notification bell so we can help you get the iron claw. All right, so when we're training forearms, we've got to think, one, they respond very, very well to high reps, to long duration, to isometric contraction or isometric muscular action. Think about farmer's walk, anything along those lines. The next thing you gotta think about is training that brachioradialis. So right here, the biggest part of your forearm is going to also stimulate your brachialis, which is sort of that underbelly of your bicep. Mine's a little bit small. So what I like to think about is what's the functional perspective? The anatomical usage of the brachioradialis is to supinate. So what we can do is if we have elbow flexion, and our brachioradialis contributes to elbow flexion, and then we contribute also with the supination, which is why we were doing those sledgehammers to warm up. Now we're gonna lead to some good growth, some good blood flow in the brachioradialis. So we got our tube bands here, our power elastic tube bands here, and what we're gonna do is just get that rotation, okay, and try to supinate in a flexed position, okay? And this might be a set of 25 to 30 reps. And you will get lit up. Like right now, my whole brachioradialis is lighting up, okay? It's already getting massive amounts of blood flow, and the rest of my forearm's also feeling it as well. And so I wanna do this simple movement, 25 to 30 reps, okay? And you'll feel that pretty quickly. And then the next thing I like to do, because I like having that elbow flexion, leading to a little bit of a supinated position, is this is almost like a herbal curl. You could call it crossbody hammer curl, but I want to go here, okay? Across, I guess a hammer curl, we keep that palm a little more neutral, but as we go across, now that rotation aspect happens, and we're coming across with that elbow flexion. And what you'll do, you're still going to train the bicep, you're going to train the brachioradialis and the brachialis at this point, and that's gonna help thicken up that forearm. It's gonna help thicken up the actual brachialis, which is hard to train. And you'll feel this tremendously as you're rotating. And that's the big key here, is that you've got to rotate that forearm a bit to help supinate the hand. And I like doing 3 or 4 sets of this for, again, 30, 35 reps. I love hitting really, really high reps with the biceps, but this is biceps and with the forearms. For our grip work, for our forearm strength, forearm size, this is a great pairing to start everything off with, because you're gonna start to feel that blood flow, and that's gonna help lead to that massive forearm growth. Okay, so the last 2 exercises that we're gonna get into for that old man grip work, for that big forearm pump, is gonna be the prayer curl. Okay, so this is another exercise that we gotta keep remembering when we're training forearms. Brachioradialis is the biggest aspect behind the size of our forearm. And if we're training our brachioradialis is going to help stimulate the rest of our forearm growth and our brachialis. So we're gonna get good size, good density in our bicep as well as in our forearms. Okay, so what I like to do with that prayer curl, and typically you should be removing that easy curl bar here, is I want to start with my palms down, okay? So palm is down, I'm sitting here, and I'm just gonna come up and squeeze. And I'm gonna rotate back down, come back up. Rotate back down, come back up. Remember, brachioradialis is responsible for supination. So we go supinate here, okay? Pronate, supinate. It's almost like a isometric or a concentration Zottman curl to a point. And the whole point here though is we're just turning about 90 degrees. Oh, and you're gonna start to feel it in that brachialis, the underbelly of your bicep, okay? So I wanna do, this is the last of the forearm work, I want to do about 20 reps, switch sides. Let's just pretend that we're going to get about 20 reps here, okay? And that helps us rest that right side, okay? And remember, supinate at the top, try and turn. And you can even get a little bit of a lengthening with that wrist here to get a bigger stretch, okay? Lengthen, stretch, and rotate. So this prayer curl, oh my God, is gonna blow you up in the forearms, okay? And what I like to do then is go to something easier, and that's where we like to utilize the rope. This is a tricep machine, but it's a little bit more versatile. So we can get a rope, it's gonna help with our grip. And what I like to do is think here and come into your face, okay? So it's like a standing face curl with the rope, with the cable. So we're gonna set it up here. Palms are down, okay? Palms down to the face. Palms down to the face here. And because you're on the cable, it makes it a little bit easier to monitor that weight. Squeeze at the top and try to keep your shoulders in position. It's just elbow flexion. All elbow flexion and supination. Elbow flexion and supination. That's it. That's how you blow up those forearms, okay? Elbow flexion, supinate right here. Okay, that's gonna get that brachialis. But for forearm strength, for grip strength, the big key is the brachioradialis. From an anatomical perspective, we're talking about supination and elbow flexion. Utilize this pairing right here. I'd say 3 to 4 sets, 20 to 25 over on the prayer curls. Then we get onto the machine, and you can do this. Basically, what I like to do on my last exercise for the day, if I'm training forearms, start a little bit heavier, and then on that last set, I might do a big time drop where I'm going, starting at 70 pounds, working to 50, working to 30, so I'm getting in 60, 70 reps, and that's gonna lead to good growth in the buys and massive growth in the forearms, and that's gonna give you that serious forearm strength that you've always envied, that all those old guys have when they're walking around. They shake your hand, and you can barely conquer them when you're doing that handshake. So utilize these movements. I like to do forearm specific work at least once a month where we're just smashing forearm work. And then once a year, I like to have a full program based around forearm work and grip work. So if you need help with your programming, you need a forearm program, you can click on the link down below, head over to garagestrength.com and pick up our forearm grip program. If you want more information or more content around forearm based training, click on this card right here. Until next time, guys, peace.